You're listening to The Hang with Mike Manson Waters and Matt Spice Floyd.
I think you need to make one.
It's ridiculous.
It's like an hour long. We'll just sit here.
That's a great idea.
Waiting for the show to start. Welcome to The Hang, the Thursday night edition.
Oh. Hi, Mike.
Hello, Matthew. Anybody ever call you Matthew? You've just been a Matt your whole life.
No, now I don't care, but when I was a kid, like, my name was Matthew. Like, call me Matthew. And then when somebody called me Matt, I was like, it's Matthew. Don't burned up.
Now you've embraced Matthew. I mean, Matt.
Yeah, whatever. I mean,
I could care less.
Been called worse.
I don't care what people call me.
No, I don't. It doesn't matter.
Like Michael, the guy at the karaoke, the Cuban guy at the karaoke was like, Migalagua. We make a big deal every time.
That's a big production.
Migalagua.
Man, the karaoke store.
Those guys were crazy. Those guys were good.
Are you talking about the one off of 19 back in the day?
I believe so.
I used to have
Cuban. We called them the Cuban something. We called them the singing Mexicans.
That's what it was.
Even though they were Cuban, and they were always like, "No, we're Cuban." Like, yeah, they're singing Mexicans.
Man,
that's a pretty good gimmick.
Yeah, all your music beds for the parody bits, we'd have to go to the karaoke store, and I'd have to go there and pick them up for you, drop them off sometimes, whatever. And man, is there any karaoke stores in business at all anymore? I mean,
no. I think
it's just all software and
it's all online.
So,
I mean, I got this great one I use. It's what's it called? Like a karaoke version, and you can just build the track. Like they have the track, and they've got every instrument, every background vocal, everything, and you can mute it. You can change the volume, so you can custom make your own karaoke tracks. And it's so I can eliminate the background vocals, and because that ruins it.
Yeah,
that used to always ruin it. That was my search, was for instrumentals with no backing, because then that's the chorus, and your chorus somebody's singing something opposite. It doesn't work.
No, that's true. That's a really cool tool. I didn't know that existed.
It is. It is pretty cool. It's like $2.99 for a song.
I haven't even seen karaoke live anywhere. Live
anywhere. They still got that.
I'm sure they do, but like I don't go to places that have it. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't even be able to. And if I did walk in a place that had karaoke, I'm probably gonna walk right out because I'm like, I don't want to. I just want to eat some chicken wings and.
We used to go not frequently, but several times a year to the Green Parrot over in Tampa and do karaoke, because it's funny to watch. It's fun to watch people sometimes, because a lot of them can't sing, and a lot of times it's humorous or entertaining. There's a lot of drama going on at the karaoke shows.
I don't know if it's still in Orlando or not. There was a place called, I think it was Catch a Rising Star. It was like down there on like City Walk. And they had like the live band karaoke. Yeah, but like the full stage production, and that's pretty cool. That was pretty fun to watch.
Probably can't not cost effective. Yeah, it's just too much.
Yeah,
got to pay a full band to learn every song there is. They got to know every song there is, right?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. That's a pretty skilled band.
I don't know if you can just play a song. Okay. If you don't know it.
What's that show? There's that show with Randy Jackson now where he looks like a California raisin, but then they go, I can name that tune. I can name that tune in one note. And Randy just goes, doom. And then somebody gets it. You're like, oh, how did that happen?
I don't even know if I buy it.
Or somebody goes, I can name that in four notes. And Randy's got doom, 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 doom. I'm going, man, Randy has just fallen upward into gig after gig after gig. He went from judging people to then being his own media mogul to now weighing, 92 pounds on TV, playing one note of a song and getting paid. Just one note, bang.
Bing.
That's it.
Bing.
I'm like, damn, Randy Jackson got it figured out.
He frightens me.
He fell all the way upwards.
What was he? He was a record producer, right? And then he went on to Idol.
Prior to that, no, he was actually in a band. I don't know what the band. I don't know if it was like the backup band for like Journey or it's like one of those things, like a touring musician.
I got to know what Randy Jackson did. I got to know it.
And then then he was a executive producer, record producer, because then he could use his stardom and blah blah blah.
American executive and television presenter.
Yeah, I really thought he started off in some.
Oh, look at him now! Look at him!
Oh, man.
Look at him now!
He looks like RuPaul.
Oh, he looks dreadful.
Or does he look great? I don't know. Like, I guess depending on how you look at it.
You see, he looks okay here.
He looks like
that's not a fat guy.
Yeah.
He looks fine there. He looks like an old woman.
He looks like somebody that if they go, what's wrong? And he didn't tell anybody, and then one day he goes, they took out 3/4 of my colon. You'd be like, oh, okay, that makes sense now.
Is that what they did?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But if they did, they'd be like, oh, well, that explains it.
He's deathly ill. That's what he looks like. He's deathly ill.
Right. Instead, if he just goes, hey, I've just been just really, really healthy nutrition. It's like, I don't know, man. They took your colon, didn't they? Something's up.
Did they ever? Do you even know why he got so thin?
I have no clue.
I have no idea either. I don't keep track of Randy Jackson, but
I wonder if he did the gastric bypass.
He did. He got a BOGO. He did 2 of them. He said take twice as much out. He said I want a stomach this big.
Hey, we know somebody who did that. It didn't work at all.
He worked diligently to bust it. He worked diligently. He worked every day, working hard.
Just working out. All right. Yeah, Randy Jackson. I don't know. I swear I thought he had I don't know if he was in a backup band. Or
I forgot to look.
Yeah,
I got him right here.
We completely got disinterested and moved on.
I'm not that interested in Randy Jackson. What I hate about that show, I've only seen,
No, you talking about Name That Tune?
Name That Tune. I've tuned in at the last 5 minutes of it a couple times, and I hate the piano gimmick because it's very hard to. I can hear a lot of times. I'll turn on the radio and it'll be like one note, and I'll go, "Oh, I know that song," but it's the note in context in a certain maybe echo,
or it's done with an electronic instrument,
something, yeah,
like a synthesizer, not a grand piano.
Grand piano C. How many songs start with that? I don't even understand the concept.
I don't know any musician that's out there playing a baby grand right now.
It's stupid. It's a stupid guy.
Randy Jackson's show, stupid.
It's been on a while, I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure it has. But I mean, that's not like saying much.
The Masked Singer is still on. It's been, what, 4 or 5 seasons?
The one that gets me
so bad. So bad.
I'll tune into The Wall occasionally with that giant Plinko thing. I'll still watch that occasionally because I'm like going, did they take the deal or did she not? Did they sign the contract for the minimum amount? And me and my family were always like going, all right, if we ever were on that show, right? Because the whole premise of it is, all right, you answer a bunch of questions, you win a bunch of money, you could lose it depending on where the Plinko chips fall, whatever. Or the banker will give you well, if they sign off on it now, you get a guaranteed lump sum of 1/3. Yeah. And then you always wonder if they signed off on the contract or not. And to me, it's real simple. Like, before you even step in there, you have a deal with your significant other, and you go, hey, if the banker offers you any more than this amount, take it no matter what. Doesn't matter. It's like, you just have a set amount.
Of course you do.
But I don't know if these people operate like that.
I mean,
because you'll get the ones, and they'll be like, and I just had so much faith in you. I decided not to sign the contract, but the contract was worth like $250,000. You're going, idiot. You had your faith in that guy?
I think nowadays, maybe it's always been this way. I think game show contestants are probably in on the whole gimmick. They tell them how to act. They tell them what's going to happen. I think it's a big scam.
Maybe. I don't put anything past it. I
mean, they were doing it in like 1950. I mean, they made a whole movie about it. how the game show was rigged?
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And
didn't
so
know
if
that
you
part.
think they were doing it in 1950.
Well, I mean, with
They're
that
doing it now.
Yes, because that show The Wall, it's interesting because they'll drop a ball down, lane 2 or whatever, right? And then that ball will mysteriously plinko its way all the way over to the other side of the wall, right? But then next time they drop it in lane 2 and it just mysteriously falls straight down. It's like, there's got to be somebody.
Magnets in those balls.
Yeah, there's got to be something to it, right? Yeah, some sort of sleight of hand thing happening on some level. I don't know what.
If there is, the game show industry is pretty tight-lipped because there's never
no whistleblowers.
There's no exposés. There's no whistleblowers. There's no I used to be on Wheel of Fortune, and let me tell you about what goes on underneath that wheel. You never see that ever.
The wheel, yeah, that's true. And they're all easy to rig. I mean, in theory, right? I mean, Wheel of Fortune, you could have a midget under there going, just stopping it short. Just decide. Right. Price is Right. That big spinny wheel. You could have a midget behind there going,
please.
Stop that thing real quick. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm so. That big Price is Right wheel. But sometimes
that's what I mean.
You get a 6'3", 230-pound guy, and he'd go, wham! You're like, that thing's gonna fly off. I hope it flies off and kills 8 audience members.
I used to like it when I was a kid watching them spin that big Price is Right wheel.
I loved it.
Especially when you get a big dude out there and does exactly what you're talking about, and then it makes and it goes the noise, yeah. And then as I got older, I'm like, all right, enough of your feats of strength. Just spin the damn thing. Make sure it goes around a full turn. And like, there's no like now it became some like manly like I'm an alpha male. Look at how hard I can spin the wheel. I'm like, enough.
You'd be spinning the hell out of that wheel, Matt.
I might try. What if I didn't get it around the one time?
That's.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's how many dudes that happen to.
Boop. Yeah.
It usually happen to the women sometimes. You get some old lady and she's just like,
the old bags.
But I never saw a dude that didn't do it.
Oh,
it'd be interesting. Boy, you get clowned for that.
I digress.
I'm still trying to get to Randy Jackson here.
Oh yeah,
Early life, don't care. Music career.
Early life, don't care.
He played on 3 albums for Jean-Luc Ponty and the rock band Taxi. Okay, we're going to skip that one. He joined the rock group Journey initially as a session musician for the 1966 album Raised on Radio before joining the band for the subsequent tour. What did he play? He moved to Italy in the late 80s.
Skin flute.
And played on a record by Italian pop star Zucchero.
So in other words, Journey is the only thing that
one album of Journey.
Ah, okay.
One album and one tour. He did go one tour.
Bro, way to parlay that thing.
One tour.
Really parlayed that. I mean, in 66 he played on that album, and here we are talking about Randy Jackson playing one note in 2024 on a baby grand.
But listen to this.
God bless him.
In 1985, Keith Richards was asked to provide music for the Whoopi Goldberg comedy vehicle Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Ooh. Richards
assembled an all-star band which included Aretha Franklin on piano and lead vocals, and Jackson on bass guitar. That was an all-star band. For what song? For the Silky Soul album. Oh, he played with Kenny G.
Ooh.
It gets worse and worse.
Him and his circular breathing techniques.
Yeah, nothing. No, that's it.
Well, it's a good thing name the tune. I mean, the only thing that would be worse than a baby grand would be a bass guitar. I can get that song in one note and just a bass guitar. Boom, 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 boom.
At least that'd be more entertaining than bing,
bing. Oh my God, how are you? What's going on?
Guess that bass line. Can you guess that bass line?
Pop that coochie. Everything would just be pop that coochie. Oh my God.
Oh my goosh. So you've been watching the U.S. Open?
I have been.
I have not, but I did see did you see the ball girl controversy?
Yes.
And I don't know if you can give me some background on it because I don't really quite understand it.
Well, sure.
I saw her apology and everything, but I could actually set that. I might have the video. Let me see.
I didn't fully understand it myself when I first saw it. I was like, what's going on here? So I literally had to search out for the backstory because I was curious. I was like, what did end up happening here?
Okay, might as well just play it first.
So the ball girl's just trying to do her job here.
Yep.
What a dick. So the explanation was the tennis player, the lady she ended up just saying, hey, look, I spaced out. I was down a break or something like that, down a couple points, and the ball girl, was tossing me the tennis balls, but I literally wasn't paying attention. I was deep in thought and all this. Do I think that's a lie? Yeah. I think the tennis player, she was just being rude and had a little hissy fit. And,
Whoa.
Ooh. But, I mean, between that controversy and the Yannick Sinner.
I didn't see that one.
So this happened, I guess, months back. He got busted for performance-enhancing drugs or something like that. And I guess the explanation was good enough for the powers that be. Something to the effect of like something that he was getting rubbed down, massage with, or something like that. Like he may have had a cut, and then some of this stuff may have seeped into his cut.
That old gag,
something like that. And I'm like,
and they bought it.
They bought it. Apparently, I don't know who's right and who's wrong. And for the life of me, I never even thought about tennis being a sport where people did steroids or even would attempt to do steroids. But furthermore, I wouldn't care if they did, man. Make the ball go, serve 180, man. That's going to be exciting. Like, I wouldn't really care if somebody was on steroids. Like, in tennis, I don't know.
Steroids work.
Yeah. Like, I would have either imagined nobody's on it or everybody's on it. Like, and I don't know if I care either way.
I mean, and when you think about it, traditionally I'm always like, oh, it's, it should be an asterisk. Those guys are jacked. The other guys weren't jacked. Those guys are jacked. And the more I think about it, it's like, if there was something in radio that would have, taken us from where we were to the absolute top,
right?
I probably would have fucking taken it. Would have taken it. And to get to the top, to get where we got, if everybody else was taking it, I would be going, well, how do we even compete if we don't take it? How do you compete if you don't take it?
In essence, your old boss there did take it. He had a performance-enhancing shed with a lot of fans. So, like in theory, there is that.
I can see. Back in the day,
but the commission caught him, and now he's banned from the sport.
But everybody I was ever associated with in radio got diaries, and would fill them out. And I filled out diaries before
performance enhancing.
I filled out diaries before multiple for every morning show I worked for. So I get that, but to the level that's just like stupidity.
Well, yeah,
because the diaries, that's hard to figure out. Probably GPS devices they probably knew the whole time. It was like, well, we got 6 over here in one place, and so I don't know why the people, the wearing them are all sitting in the exact same location and vibrating every day. I'm not going to delve into it.
Performance enhancing. That's all. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look,
I kind of get steroids.
Yeah, I mean, if they weren't so goddamn expensive, I could very well see myself taking them right now, just to feel good, not to get jacked, not to bench 350, not to outrun anybody, just to, I don't know, just so my joints feel more lubed or something. The stuff that is supposed to help you with.
It's probably a miracle cure.
Right?
That's why they don't want you to have them.
Well, I mean, they do. I mean, all the HGH stuff and all these different peptides that are out now, like there's really good stuff, but it's pretty pricey. You know, if you want to get on like the good stuff, you're talking a couple $1,000 a month.
Yeah, it's like human growth probably. It looks like it works really good.
Exactly.
It looks like it really jack you up, and it's exorbitant.
Yeah.
I got to check on this dog.
Yeah, it sounded like somebody's about to bang through the door.
What do you want, baby? There's nothing I can do for you.
So, yeah, the door to the studio here. Oh no! What's that? Stand by. We're having technical. I don't know if it's not technical difficulties, just difficulties. But I want to hear as much as anybody. There's car alarms going off outside. There's dogs freaking out. Let's just listen in together, shall we? Fascinating. The life of Mike.
That was fun.
I don't know why. I was going to try to fill the dead air, but I'm.
Come out there, so I wanted to put the dogs away, but they were all freaked out because of the lightning, so I had to really corral them.
I was going to try to fill the dead air, but I was more curious on what was going on too. I was like, let me just shut up here.
It's a daily occurrence around here. It's chaos with these dogs.
Yeah, there were car alarms going off.
That was your alarm, right? No, it went off.
Was it mine? I have no idea.
I didn't turn mine off.
Well, whatever.
They just go off?
I don't know. I've never heard my car alarm before.
I've never heard my car alarm before either.
Huh.
That was quite a bolt.
Yeah.
Well, we're still on, so let's enjoy it while we can.
All right. That sounds good. You know.
All right.
I don't know what's going on.
And now...
Back to regularly scheduled programming.
Now I'm going to let the dogs back out. Sorry about that. Things happen. It's a big storm.
If you let them back out, but if it storms again, are they going to do the same thing again? And then you got to corral them again?
That shouldn't happen. It shouldn't be a crack. That's like...
All right. All right, let's listen to Mike, part 2.
And you can go in there because you're good too.
So now there's 2 dogs in. Oh, here we go. Hey, buddy. I don't know if anybody can hear that or not. He's now putting the dogs out. But a couple of these dogs want to, like, eat people. So it's a delicate dance.
When's the... oh, shit. We may not be on the air. Oh, don't go under there, girl. So, well, I've had these dogs for a long time, but they were never scared of the lightning. And then I got all of a sudden this big hound dog decided he's going to be terrified of the lightning, and he turned them all into bitches.
Ah!
And I was like, "How? Oh, you going to go under there? You? No, that's where all the wires are, girl. Get sit down then."
Oh, nah.
Jeez, hanging with dogs. See, I love my dogs. I'm a good dog owner. I treat them well. I curse them out all day long. I'm a stupid motherfucker. I curse them out all day long.
It's out of love, though.
It's out of love and decades of animals. Well, finally, you're just like, hey, it's over here, motherfucker.
Yeah, I was watching a golden retriever today. This one that the golden just likes to take pictures with the owner. Right, the owner will put a camera up. The dog runs up on his shoulder and smiles, and it's like a really cute dog. And I'm going, that's a really great moment in time. But man, you tell me that dog doesn't piss you off sometimes over the course of 15 years. You know what I mean? Like there's. It's like having. It's like having a child or
they never grow,
a spouse or anything else.
They never grow up. They're always gonna be dogs. I just get too many dogs. Yeah.
So what did you do anything? Because we're doing the Thursday hang. And we usually do the Wednesday hang.
We got 40 people watching. I think I figured I had to do something last night because nobody would know we're doing it tonight, and people would be mad too because I promoted it,
I'm sorry.
I don't care. And so I did. I'm right, you're wrong. It's a poltergeist, Matt. There's a poltergeist trying to get in the door.
It really does freak me out. What is this? Psychotic behavior. If that dog busts through that door, he's gonna eat me.
You know what it is? He's see,
listen.
It's kind of creepy. He's laying against the door and he's shaking.
Okay.
Because he's scared, so he's not trying to bust in. He's literally shaking, and there's nothing that we've tried to give him different, like a heavy blanket. We tried to give him. We've tried drugs.
This is like a Halloween haunted house sort of thing that's happening here.
With a handmade dog sign there.
Yeah, like you're home alone, but yet there's something, a presence.
He's not going to stop shaking. He's not. Oh. Preposterous. Oh, See, and I'm going to have to move him. But
no, don't do it. He'll wear himself out.
He's
no?
not going to wear himself out. He's going to shake and shake and shake.
Oh.
He's a big 80-pound bitch.
So what did you do? You did I'm right, you're wrong?
Yes, I did.
That's what you say.
It's preposterous.
This is the best.
It's preposterous.
It's great.
Oh, we're fucking. No, we disconnected. That pisses me off. We had fucking.
Now the dog stopped shaking. Never mind.
I don't know what's going on with that. I just fucking. Whoa, what's that? What was that? That's just my screensaver changed. Reconnecting, it says. Reconnecting. I don't know whether it's the giant storm here.
Oh, man.
Or the dog shaking again.
He shook them wires.
Against the door.
So how do you know if it's reconnected or
not? It just says reconnecting, and usually it's... can you log on? Are we off?
Let me...
I could do that too, actually. And we are...
I'm trying to see here.
Jiminy Christmas.
I gotta do this thing.
Do that. I don't even have to watch us live. Can't even watch my own show live on Twitch.
Loading through Facebook.
It's showing. Maybe I have to sit through the trailer to get there. Oh, here it is. We're on.
Oh,
but now it shows I'm back on both things. Okay. I don't know what happened there. I don't know if it's a weather deal. I can't be doing this shit again like it was doing that a couple months ago. We got the internet fixed, but my IT girl's out of town.
I can't believe
I'm fucked.
The crowd, the people didn't hear the story as we cut off. I mean, that was sensational what we were talking about.
You'll never, and I'm glad because we should not have said that.
It's a good thing we got cut off.
I'm like I was sweating, and now I'm like. Shouldn't have said it.
Real cliffhanger.
It would be bigger than that.
So we are back on now.
All
right.
Can't have. Let's see. I hate this IT shit. I hate it. I hate it with a passion.
Engineer Donna's gone.
She's gone, but I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck it is. Usually it's an internet problem, like a router problem.
Dude. I'll give you one. My son goes. He goes to me. He goes. Can I ask you a question about podcasting? I'm like, sure. He goes, let me ask you a question about like video podcasting. I'm like, okay, but I have no idea about nothing. And I'm like, what's up? And he's like, oh, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you guys do? I go, I have no idea. And I go, and furthermore, Mike doesn't have any idea either. I go, but he's got a better idea than I do. I go, but I said
I know what I know.
Yeah, and I named a
know what I
couple
know.
software things. I think OBS and like StreamYard, whatever, right? But
OBS is what I use.
yeah, but other than that, I was like, when I have no insight, nothing at all. Furthermore,
Yeah.
I had another friend, and he's like, hey man, saw you guys were nominated for Best of the Bay for the best podcast, and you have any advice? Like, can you talk to me and my buddy about it, because we've had ours up and going, and we're trying to do this. And I go, I have no insight at all. I mean,
We're just hanging.
hanging. I don't know what to tell you.
If you want to listen to it, listen to it.
There's no. I go, if
hanging.
you're looking for secret sauce,
Really?
brother, this ain't. There's no secret sauce here.
Actually, we're just doing this for each other, and that you're entertained as a byproduct.
Yeah, this is our therapy. So you're just getting to listen into the therapy session. Oh my God.
Oh my goosh.
So I do apologize. I did come down with COVID last week, so that's why I don't know if you told people.
No.
You didn't.
You know how I keep secrets, Matt.
Did you?
No,
there's no way you kept that.
Actually, I didn't. Yeah, well, it was a short week.
Oh, okay.
we were barely on.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because Labor Day. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. All right. Well,
But now it's like it's okay. So last night it was I'm right, you're wrong. Then this morning it was a cluster F. Then it was a Mike and Jerry show, and now it's the Hang, and then Ned in Your Head tomorrow 7:45, and then the Bar Show tomorrow night. It's like, oh my God,
jam packed.
what have I gotten myself
content.
into? It'll be fun though.
Yeah,
It'll be a blast.
Well, when I told you that I had COVID, I was like, "Hey, man, I have it," and you're like,
real quick, did you test yourself?
"Yeah, yeah."
Why you test yourself?
Well, I didn't. I was feeling
Oh, you
like
went to the doctor?
no.
Oh, okay.
I was laid up in bed, and my wife comes in there with a nose swab, and she goes, "Do this," and I'm like, and I was pretty certain it was a COVID swab, right? But like I was just like, did the nose thing, gave it back, and then a few minutes later, she's like, "Well, you're positive." I'm like, "Oh, great!" And then I just went back to sleep. I was like, I couldn't move.
Yeah, like typical, but like a flu kind of deal.
Yeah, although the difference, and I've had COVID a few times. You said you have never had it.
Not that I know,
you know
of. I mean, I was never really sick any time over the last 4 years.
This one hit me. I've had it. I think this would be my third or fourth time. And it's not like I'm going out trying to like expose my. Like I don't really do anything, right? So it's just one of those things. I couldn't tell you where I got it, how I got it. No tracing call center or anything's going to be able to,
You're a fucking carrier. Jesus Christ, why did I agree to do this show?
Well, here's the messed up part. My taste and smell are like 80% diminished right now.
That sucks.
It's pretty strange. Like and it is a symptom. And like we've got a friend, and she got COVID at the very beginning or whatever, and hers is still gone. She has no taste or smell like at all. Like, and we told her this, and she's like, "Oh, you got to do this." She's like, "You have to train your senses." I don't know and she's like, "You have to go lemon, right? Do something, sour, do something spicy, and do something sweet or whatever it was." So I was like, a minty. So I was like, okay, let me go get lemon heads and lemon juice and mints, and then this and hot sauce. Man, I'm trying to like figure out what's what. Barely. Like, it is the strangest thing. Like even buffalo wings. I was eating these buffalo wings, and my family's like, "These are the hottest wings we've had," and I'm going, "I got nothing."
But so you can't even experience the hotness.
Correct. It's weird. It kind of sucks because it's that thing you take for granted.
But how bad does it suck? To me, because I'm way into eating. Like I enjoy food. I like to, if I'm going out for a good meal, I really enjoy that, like drinking and eating and enjoying the taste of the beer and the food.
Yep.
That would really diminish my enjoyment of life.
You're exactly right.
Donna said she hasn't been able to taste for 2 years.
Did she get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she still can't taste. It's intermittent. It's like sometimes she can taste, but most times she can't.
It's the weirdest thing. It's
the government did that so to just diminish your quality of life because they don't want you to be happy.
Damn government!
They don't want you to be happy. They want you to taste now. Now you can't taste. Ha.
I mean, it is like, man, dude, a good chicken wing, like, or a nice slice of pizza, like, any of that stuff. And pizza, I had a slice of pizza today because I'm going, all right, let me just see. And it's like that thing of like, I know I'm eating pizza. I can recognize it's pizza, but the full flavor is not even close to being there. I was like, all right, let me try the opposite end of the spectrum. I go, I'm pouring myself a shot of Wild Turkey 101, right?
Ooh.
Nothing. I felt the burn,
yeah,
right? But nothing in the palate. And it was like, it is odd.
And you came over to do that to me. You fucking asshole.
I wish nothing but no taste on you, Mike.
The long con. He took my taste. I never saw him again.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, Donna, she's still, she's like, most people get it back.
Yeah.
She's like, it's been 2 years. I ain't got it back.
That's fun. I didn't know she had that too. Okay. Yeah, man. Strange stuff.
I don't know. I've maybe
if I'd gotten that extra booster, things wouldn't be like this.
God. I've always exercised, like vigorous exercise.
Ooh. Well,
that because I'm not into it. That's because I know I'm not going to go bike for
vigorous. What is vigorous in your world?
Okay,
let me just figure this out.
Okay,
because I feel like if you were doing things vigorously, no offense, but the gains would be.
Oh, fuck you!
Yeah, you'd have gains. No, vigorous. All right, let's see what's vigorous.
Wait.
Wait, what are you?
I've got to go back to something. Okay. Like I'm at the point where I'm not going to go ride my bike for 45 minutes. I used to do that, right? Away, far away for miles for 45 minutes.
Sounds
to
vigorous.
An hour. And that wasn't that vigorous. That because you just, you're not really, But that's too long. So I got to where I would ride my bike here. I'd ride a quarter mile as fast as I could, and then I would do 30 to 40 push-ups. Then I get back on the bike, do it again, do push-ups. So I do that 4 times, and it's exhausting. And they say that kind of exercise is the best. Just
interval training or whatever.
No, it's not. It's just if you work for even 10 minutes. 10, 15 minutes a couple times a week, if you do something like you jump rope for 10 minutes a couple times a week, really strenuously, be the best thing for you. And I think maybe that's why I didn't get, if I got COVID, it was like so mild that I didn't even know that I had it.
So your vigorous exercise routine has kept you shielded. But there's
I think it has.
But the athletes and the other folks in the country that have gotten it, and they train umpteenth hours a day. Their vigor is not the same as your vigor, is what you're saying.
Guess not.
Wow.
I guess not.
The veracity of which you train. No, I mean, look, maybe you got it, maybe you just didn't feel it. Who knows?
Then I didn't really get it, did I?
It's a real tree falls in the forest kind of thing.
I was asymptomatic.
That's asymptomatic.
That's not a thing. It means you don't have it.
Wait, what? No. Because
that whole thing was.
I tested positive. I think I tested positive for COVID one time, and I didn't feel anything, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. Like I don't know.
That means that like anybody could be tested positive for the flu at any time. Not any time, but you could be feel fine because you're always breathing in
viral load.
Your viral load's always in there. You're always breathing the air, and And they did the COVID tests to where they lowered to it where that's why the people were coming out as asymptomatic because they were saying they had it, but they didn't really have it. Just like you don't have the flu. If you don't have any flu symptoms, you don't have the flu.
Dude, well, at the same time that I'm getting this, that I'm feeling like crap, and text messages and emails, and the light was really annoying to me. Right,
Yeah.
I just wanted just complete darkness, and so, but the light's going off on my text message. I'm like, ah. So I finally get around.
Pushy.
Well, no, here's the best. I finally get around to like looking at my text messages, and I get this one from CVS Pharmacy. And it's like, your flu shot is one quick trip away at CVS. And I'm going, oh, you dicks. Like, I haven't had a flu shot in, I couldn't, maybe 15, 20 years. I don't do.
And
I have no intention on getting a flu shot.
I generally don't get the flu. Why would
Why would you inject it into you?
Yeah, I've hardly ever get the flu. Sometimes I do, and after I'd have to be pretty bad for a 3-day flu. I usually don't get it. I ain't worried. It's life.
Yeah,
you keep that immune system. Fight it off.
Well, hopefully
I'm old school.
Hopefully, I don't give it to you right now.
What's gonna do?
I would feel badly, but then I'd be like, "Oh, you didn't get it from me."
Exactly. You can say, I got it anywhere.
Wasn't me.
Got it anywhere.
Who knows? But
got it at the wine bar in Dade City on Monday night, drinking espresso martinis.
Dade City Wine Bar.
There was nobody in the place. I went there with Weston and his wife. There was there was one of like 2 other people. Is
that like a
Tuesday
hot
night.
spot?
It was raining and it was like 9 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock at night. Nobody was there.
And you had espresso martinis?
Oh, they were tasty. I was getting tuned up.
Really?
I like to get tuned up. I like to have a good when I go. See, I like to drink.
Dude, I'm
with
you.
Let's get loose.
I will say too.
I like to get silly.
I can't even. There's been no buzz attained since I had COVID for real. Like ordinarily, I could be at my house and I'd be like the wild turkey. I was like, psh, all right, no taste, but all right. Well, as long as I'm doing this wild turkey thing, let's go all in. So I had enough wild turkey that I should have been drunk right at my house. I should have been.
You're saying that COVID prevents you from becoming intoxicated.
Currently, that's how it feels. I can't explain it. I don't know.
I think you got something else, buddy.
A tolerance, maybe? I have no idea.
How many shots did you do?
I mean, it was in this glass, all right?
You doing it neat?
No, I had
shot in it.
I had a big old fat ice cube in there.
A tumbler.
But I probably filled it up twice to here.
Yeah. That should do you. It should be feeling good.
Something.
Feeling good.
Something. Nothing.
See, I'll drink 2 old fashions, and that gets me feeling pretty good. I'm not drinking 3 though. I'm not going to do that whiskey.
Tip the scales.
I'm not going to do that whiskey stuff. That's just too much.
I know.
Too much. Get you where you need to be sometimes. I don't do a lot of it though. Marissa 458 subscribed for 37 months. Thank you very much.
Woo!
Marissa 458.
Hey, a chat. Look at that. Chat. Just chat up to.
And as Navy says, everyone in the chat, don't type anything until they realize it. Start now. So I see
their leader.
He's the leader of the hating on us because we don't read chat.
Oh, sorry. Can I ask you a question? Off topic completely.
Yes.
All right. College football. I don't understand the rules of things per se.
Oh, I know the rules of college football.
All the red shirting and all these things that happen. But I was watching Sports Center or something, and they were talking about one of the Miami Hurricanes players.
Yeah.
And they were like, he's in his 9th season, and I don't know anything about I guess in my brain, I'm thinking, 4-year college degree, 4 years of football, maybe a fifth if the red shirt thing or what. I don't even know how that goes, right? But I've heard of a 5th-year senior. I've heard of that, right? But if I'm not mistaken, they said this man had been there on the team for like 7 or 9 years? Either way, it seemed like an entirely way too long of time for somebody to be playing on a college football team. Why? Do you know?
Because.
So you're familiar with this?
Yes, I am familiar with it. They showed. Okay. Initially, he's redshirted.
What is that? No,
that means you're not using your eligibility. You're going to sit on the. You're not going to play at all. You can't play.
But why? Why would it? Is it because they don't want him to play, or he doesn't want to play?
It's because they feel you're not ready to play.
Okay.
And so they're going to give you that extra year and not burn it with you on the bench. They want you, for all 4 years, but not this year.
But then, in essence, they want you to stay at the college for 5 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So he redshirted, then he was injured, and if you get injured in your first few games in college, they'll give you another year of eligibility because they feel like, you only play 3 games and you lost, you blew out your knee.
All right. So
he did that like 3 years. He injured himself like 2 or 3 years, and then COVID came. And I think that
who is this man? I need to look this man up.
There's a bunch of guys who've played for like 7 years.
No kidding.
Because of COVID. COVID, I think you got 1 or 2 years extra because of that bullshit. Because they really screwed up the seasons, and some people didn't even play. And
I just don't believe I'd ever heard of somebody, in his 9th year.
No, I've never heard of that before.
College
either.
football.
That's almost like,
at some
he's
point,
got grandchildren. It's ridiculous.
And if your dream is to make it to the NFL, it's not going to happen because
he's aged out already.
Yeah, most of the NFL players are already retired. It's a 4-year career typically. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. It doesn't even make any sense.
9 years. He's
I think it was 9. It could have been 7.
No, I think it was like 27 or something. Seems like he should be in his 30s almost.
That's what I'm saying. Is anybody questioning this guy? Like, is anybody, hey man, is he fucking Van Wilder? He's just never going to graduate from college. He just wants to be there forever? Like, it doesn't.
You're a grown man, sir. You need to leave.
Yeah, get out of here.
You need to leave.
Go get a career already. Like, shouldn't he already have, even if he wanted to play football, shouldn't he have already graduated and had his college credits done to where, unless he's doing a goddamn medical residency somewhere, I don't know. I can't figure it out. I'm going to have to look this gentleman up. Whole thing was very strange to me to hear that.
9 years. What's the 9-year guy? The average college football player is not a PhD.
Right.
Not a master's kind of guy. I'm going for my master's.
In what? Business?
I don't get it.
Business administration? General sciences?
Or has he just been switching around majors and he's got 200,000 credit hours and he just hasn't graduated because he never majored, is he finagling the system? I don't know.
He's like the team mascot at this point. When the coaches, he's been around longer than probably most of the coaching staff.
Son, it's time to give it up.
But coach, I'm only in my 8th year.
You've got 2 children. I'm cutting you. Go get a job.
I got more credit hours to get. I don't know who. I gotta look. I'm gonna have to look him up to see who he is. I don't know. But that was interesting.
He's a white guy.
All right, well,
tight end from Miami. 9 years. 9 years deep.
Number 12, idiot. Just last name's idiot.
Just loves college football, man. He just loves it.
I also feel like
loves it.
College. I think this player portal really is gonna come back and backfire on. You're giving these adults, yes, but still children in some level, a lot of leeway. It feels like a lot of flexibility. There was that Florida Gators player, and he was like, they lost. And he put a picture up on his social media like, F this team with a middle finger up. And I'm going, now you've given, because, I don't know if he went into the portal afterwards or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I'm sure has the ability to do that. But now you've got all these players going, well, 2 games in, this team's not. I don't want to play here. I'm out. Screw this team. Like, I don't know. It's almost given. There's no sense of responsibility.
Yeah.
Like, they're not tied into anything. They can just move and shift.
Yeah, I think it's kind of, I mean, now it's just going to be like pro football.
Right.
I mean, it's.
But even pro football.
There's more content. The transfer portal is out of control. It's like, it's like it's a new team. Everybody's got a new team every year. It's like, that's,
I don't know.
How do you root for a team when there's new play? Now it's like the NFL.
Yeah, I don't know. Something's not sitting right with me on the player portal. I don't exactly know all the ins and outs of it, but it just seems like a whole lot of flexibility for kids to just go ahead and mosey on this way or mosey on this way.
It used to be that if you transferred in college football, you had to sit out a year.
And you were a scab.
So you had to sit out. That's a big deal, sitting out a year. So nobody did it. And now you can. I don't know why. It seems like you're allowed one time. You can. One time. You just, if you can't, if you're 0-2, sorry about your luck. You made 2 bad choices.
Unless you're that guy in the Hurricanes, he's sticking it out. He's all in.
9 years.
Somebody needs to give him the link to the transfer portal.
He loves football.
I guess. I don't know. Uh-oh. Are you checking the chat?
I can't even understand what they're talking about. The contracts and agreements. Throw another bone in about it. They'll throw another bone. Boy, they really they really hate us for not chatting.
Well, let's chat. I'm like, what do they want to talk about? I'm happy. I can't even see it, so I have no clue what's going on.
I mean, see, it's kind of like we're like at war, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tease that it's almost time to take a break. But when we come back, we really want to hear your questions. And you know what? When we come back, I'm going to ignore them. And then, I mean, they're like having chat strikes. They're like, we're not going to chat until, they're very angry at us. DJ Dusty, 1,000 bits.
Woo! Well, I don't want them to be upset. I don't even know who they are. I have no clue what's going on. You have the screen in front of you. I've tried to follow along once or twice, but it's.
See, Nez Navy says I don't want to chat now. It's like my. They're just trolling me. My own chat. I work hard. I provide so many hours of content, and I try to make all the content good. And they have nothing but disdain for me. It's kind of hurting my feelings. I've explained ad nauseum how hard it is to read the chat on a 2-person show.
Maybe we should go on strike.
Maybe we should.
Maybe we just won't do a show.
Maybe next week we won't do a show. Chat amongst yourselves like you always do.
I don't know what to say.
They're totally trolling us.
But well, at least they don't have to hear about us hawking the Best of the Bay thing anymore. I mean, now that voting's closed on that.
When is that? When are they announcing that?
I have no idea.
They probably already announced it. I was going
to ask you the same thing.
No, I thought you might know.
I don't know who gets notified.
Maybe B-Bumpy will know.
I don't know how, I don't know if you get notified or if you buy a ticket to the awards thing, but then like you get there and you don't want an award. It's like, well, why am I here? Why did I get a ticket to this?
Yeah, see, that's probably
it's
probably rigged. And if you don't buy a table at the freaking awards thing, you're not even going to sniff a chance to win.
So I have no idea what's going to happen with the Best of the Bay. But on the bright side, they don't have to hear us. Hawking it anymore.
They should let you know I was going to rent a tux and everything, but now I feel as if there's no chance. We didn't buy a table.
Well,
we didn't bribe the judges.
Well, maybe we'll get a drink. I'll try to get a buzz, but I don't think it's going to happen. Give it a go. Let's see what I got here. I feel like Chad is really in your head right now.
It's totally in my head.
Like you are so quiet and meek. right now.
You ever see? I'm not going to play it. You ever see Jiminy Glick? Martin Short as Jiminy Glick.
in the big fat suit.
Yeah, I mean it's like he's the best interviewer ever. The things he asks. Who's this one? Let's see. This is I can't play it. He interviews Ricky Gervais. But because he's so insulting usually of people. He's just so insulting, but that they can't take it seriously because he's in a fat suit and he just reams people. Let's see what I want to play. Here.
Where did that come from?
Because I have it up here.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I meant to show it to Donna. She's a Jiminy. We used to watch Jiminy Glick every week. He had a show. He had a fucking show. I thought I had something to play, but I don't. Oh no, I can start off with this. Here's a clip of me talking about the moon landing.
Show you how the fucking moon landing was fucking bullshit because everyone's telling you I was fucking wrong.
Showed me.
Yeah.
Oh, we might as well just watch it.
Explain to me. Here you go. The guy's getting off the rocket ship.
We might as well just watch it.
Who the fuck is
rocket ship?
filming him? Who's filming him?
A guy?
How'd the fucking guy get up there if this is the first guy that's supposed to be on the fucking moon? A different rocket ship?
I don't know.
So they sent the rocket ship up there. He got off and he how the fucking moon landing was fucking
there's
bullshit.
video.
Who the fuck is filming him? Who's filming him?
A guy?
How'd the fucking guy get up there if this is the first guy that's supposed to be on the fucking moon? A different rocket ship?
That's right. How'd he get there?
So they sent the rocket ship up there. He got off and he's like, all right, come on up now. I'm ready to fucking film. Are you fucking serious?
Rocket ship?
He's supposed to be the first guy on the moon. It's bullshit. The car. How the fuck did the car fit in that rocket ship? Look, how did that car fit in the rocket ship?
I don't know.
Okay, right. More bullshit. Then the guy's floating around with a big fucking cord to his stomach, and they're telling you that's his fucking, life support. What's it give? Was it fucking feeding him through the fucking tube like a baby? They're bouncing around like a fucking jerk off. Yeah, watch. Let me show you. There it goes. Bye-bye. You know what? I'm going to stay behind. You guys go back to Earth. I'll fucking die up here. And how the fuck did he get the film back to Earth? Yeah, look, the fake fucking parachute. Hey, we're home now. What happened to the guy back on the moon? They just left him?
I guess so.
Yeah, everyone guesses they don't have any fucking facts. Bullshit.
I gabagoo. Man.
Bye. Here's a fake fucking parachute.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Like, and there's something about it's authentic. It's authentically the way he thinks.
Yeah, you can't fake that. You ain't faking that.
And I can't disagree with his points. You know, you can probably say, all right, well, look, there's maybe both things can be true. Like there was a combination of footage that was filmed, here, but we did go to the moon, but they had to make it look cool for all of America. And maybe that's the case. But yeah, if you're just watching the footage like he is and just thinking through things with some common sense, some logic, you can't help but come to the same conclusions this guy's talking about.
And people are like, people get mad if you feel like that.
Who thinks we move?
Do
people still think we like?
Yeah, people think we went to the moon for sure.
I mean, like, okay, sorry. Let's say you're a kid right now, right, and you're learning about the moon. And you're not predisposed to anything. Do you think a kid would question it, or they would buy it all in?
What do you mean? If we went to the moon now?
No, I'm saying like the way they teach the moon landing, right?
Oh, I think you buy it. You just buy everything when you're getting taught stuff. If the teacher says it's true, it's true.
But that's the beautiful part about but then you almost want to, like, you don't want to tell your kid, like, hey kid, I know you're learning this in school, and I'm glad they're teaching you about stuff. But at the same time, take everything they tell you in school with a bit of a grain of salt. And then you have to, like, give the opposite perspective to your own child versus what they're teaching them in school. It's kind of a weird.
I think at a certain age you do.
Yeah, but what age is that?
I don't know. Like my granddaughters are 10 and 8, and I talk to them about school, and I try to get a feel. They don't seem to have any there's any kind of ideology being given to them. and like they seem to have normal little girl reactions to like if you say something and he's like, no, he's not, he's a girl. I mean, they can't be together. That's two guys. They have the normal 10-year-old reactions. They just think of the world like that. They haven't been indoctrinated in anything else, and they haven't figured it out yet. So I think it starts more later on, or it depends on, they could have some people like. So if you look at the internets, there's some of these teachers are bent on indoctrinating kids.
Yeah. Yep.
Because that's just a new thing. And they can go on their TikTok and say how they're teaching their kids. It's a whole different thing. I guess if you go in the kids' classroom and there's there's signs, there's flags and things, you're like, okay, better make sure my kid's not getting indoctrinated.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird thing because you just can't trust what the textbooks say. You just can't.
Boy, textbooks are a complete crock of shit.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
I don't believe anything. I don't believe nothing about nothing. I'm totally cynical about everything that I hear.
I get it.
Complete crock of shit. You realize the longer you live, you're like, man, everything's fucking fake. Everything's fake, and it's
except for the moon landing. That was the one thing that's real.
It's real. And they did a great job. All right, but let's take a quick break. Don't forget Ned in Your Head tomorrow morning, 7:45. Quick turnaround over here, and then the bar show tomorrow night at 8. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back with an in-depth examination and dive into the chat.
Uh-oh. Oh, this should be good.
No, I'm just kidding. We'll just ignore him. All right, we'll be right back.
The guy that shot people at the gay club.
Colorado. Yeah, Pulse Night Club.
Yeah.
No, the recent one?
Not Pulse, but the new one.
Whatever.
The new one.
Club Q.
That kid's dad, he said he was like used to be an MMA guy or something, and also a porn star.
Oh my God!
Remember the dad said something like, "I told him that his violence was good. That's the only way to get things done," or something like that.
I mean, what do you expect?
And I know. And then there's a video of the dad talking. That's a video of you. You got to see it. It's funny.
I mean, people like you'll be like shocked that this guy is such a whack job. It's like
that's the shooter.
There's
right
a lot
there.
of whack jobs out there. This guy, he got stomped.
He did get.
He got stomped big time.
Yeah, stomped good.
What, after he shot people?
The people at the club.
Yeah.
Some guy took him down.
Do you think his head's naturally that shape, or do you think it's
that
way?
was a weird shape, right?
Yeah, that's weird.
This is another large cranium.
Yeah, this is the dad. You got to hear this guy talk.
I mean, I'm reading his comments. He sounds like a total moron.
Yeah, wait till you hear.
Listen to this.
Is it legal to raise a killer? No, can I raise my kid to be a killer? And when they go kill people, I was like, yeah, I raised him to be a killer, but I didn't do it.
I don't know. How can you get in trouble for that?
What is that? Raising a
conspiracy to commit murder.
Felony raising an asshole?
Something like that?
This is the dad that we're
this is the
it'd be
kid's
interesting.
dad.
Here we go.
The shooting involving multiple people, right? And then later on going to find it's the gay bar.
Yeah, right. And
I was like, oh my God, is he gay? As a scare, oh my God, shit, is he gay? And he's not gay, so it's
well, you guys had conversations about that. You were.
Oh yeah,
you guys got brain damage.
It doesn't
He's just,
and I was
he doesn't even care that his kid killed him. He's just like, oh, I thought he might be gay.
Yeah, he doesn't even care. He doesn't even
He's
care.
definitely been doing something other
Start
than...
it over.
Yeah,
Let's turn it up a little bit.
He's on fucking meth or something.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like.
Look at him. I mean, there's assholes all over the country raising their kids, and they're assholes like these. They have no business even having children. They're raving lunatic morons.
Can you imagine what this guy's father did to him?
I can't even imagine.
No, they're Mormons. They don't.
He's a Mormon. He's a Mormon.
He'll tell you.
Oh my God.
there are multiple people, right? And then later on going to find it's the gay bar.
Yeah, right. And
I was like, oh my God, is he gay? As a scare, oh my God, shit, is he gay? And he's not gay, so it's
Well, you guys had
He's a fucking lunatic.
Papa.
conversations about that. You were.
Oh, yeah,
you
I was
told
adamant
him.
about it.
Yeah, you were adamant that gay
I
is
was adamant
gay
this
is
ain't
bad.
happening.
Yeah.
I'm a Mormon.
Is he drunk? Or on pills?
Something, or he's got brain damage.
Something.
Or both.
He
Anything
just
you
said
can
I'm a
think
Mormon.
of.
Papa the meth head man.
Look at him there.
That's crack.
He lives in a garbage can.
Look at his hand. Just look at his hand right
Look at this. He's got scabs on his lip.
Is
I
that
mean,
one fingernail about to flip off?
Gay. I don't do
Yeah.
gay. We don't do gay.
Yeah.
I can't get answers from
See,
the
you
attorneys,
missed
really.
you paused everything where he said, I'm Mormon, and then he said, we're Mormon, we don't do gay.
there you go.
That's either meth or crack all day.
I'm a Mormon. I'm a conservative Republican. And we don't do gay.
Look at that look. Look at this fucking look right here. Look at this. Look at that. You ever see
It's like
mustard?
Nixon.
It was a sling blade. Yeah, biscuits and mustard. Biscuits, mustard, and biscuits.
Oh my God!
This guy raising a family. Jesus Christ.
And we don't do gay. I don't do
Yeah.
gay. We don't do gay.
Yeah.
I can't get answers from the attorneys, really, but they're saying that somebody's, it's involved in a gay bar or some shit. I don't know. I don't know what the heck you did. We have a gay bar.
That's all he cares about. He doesn't care about any dead people. Just cares about the gay bar.
I don't know what's going
Well, he's accused of going on a mass shooting at a gay bar and killing 5.
See, he's like he has having to explain it to him.
He got his finger up his butt right now.
I think they caught him leaving a place where he just bought heroin. He's
think
got a
so.
packet in his lip, and he's trying
I
not to
think
get
so.
caught with it.
Man, I think it dissolved and he's totally out of his mind.
I can't. This
He's
is
never
insane.
been this high in
Like,
his life.
This is where we just arrest this guy.
Take him away.
In Colorado.
Okay, well, that's shit. If he's accused of doing that, I'm surprised he's not gay.
What did he say? I'm just glad he's not gay.
What the fuck is this guy?
I don't care what he did. I'm just glad he ain't gay.
These answers are nonsensical. This is insane. This guy is insane. I'm
Oh,
telling
man,
you,
they
man.
kept this interview going.
Colorado.
Okay, well, that's shit. If he's accused of doing that, I'm surprised he's not gay. Oh, I can say that, but he's not gay.
Oh my God!
This guy needs to
You
start
know,
his own internet.
You know
channel.
what? You know what the LGBTQT whatever's think about him.
Oh, yeah.
They're just mad because they can't cancel him.
Yeah,
It's like,
He's uncancelable.
They're gonna get him fired from his job.
they're just pissed off because they can't get him canceled for
How
that
is
shit.
this guy affording to live in Colorado? I don't even get it.
I'd love to know what this guy does for a living. Imagine this guy shows up to fix your
For a
plumbing, you
living,
know?
he does. I told you he does porn.
Meth.
Oh, that's Welcome back to the Hang. Ned in your head tomorrow morning, 7:45 with this brand new Sabrina Carpenter espresso parody that everybody is clamoring for.
Yes.
That sweet espresso. No, it's that sweet, sweet metho. Oh, Jesus God Almighty. Bar show tomorrow night. Right now you're hanging. We're hanging. That's what we do. We're dedicated to hanging.
Right before the kickoff of the NFL season.
Woo. Not watching it.
I know you're on
Not
strike.
watching.
You're
We'll
going to
see.
watch.
We'll see. I'll admit if I'm not a liar. You know, some people are liars. I'm not a liar. As soon as I watch it, I'll go, yeah, I watch it.
Not only will you watch it, you will watch it tonight. When I leave here, you're home
will not.
alone.
No.
You're going to crack another beer.
No.
You're going to be like, Chiefs are playing? All right, I'm
I
in.
think it's, what is it, Chiefs Ravens?
I think so. That sounds right.
That's a good game that I'm not gonna that I'm not gonna be watching.
You'll never know.
Let's see. We'll see.
Yeah, well, we shall see.
I'll be honest. It wouldn't matter. Donna would blow me in if I wasn't honest anyway. When she's back in town, She'd know if I was watching. Can't do it on the sly. There's no way you can watch the game on the TV on the sly.
So what'd you do today since you had since you're home alone? Like what does that look like for
It wasn't an average Home Alone day for me because so I did the cluster F, then Mike and Jerry, and then that ends at noon, and then I had to download the shows and put them all over, so it takes another hour. So then I got something to eat, then I swam 30 laps and did 60 push-ups.
Vigorously.
Vigorously. And then I went out and cleaned the horse's water thing because it was dirty. Then I came in and wrote 2 Ned songs. Then I fed the dogs, and then you came over.
So pretty work. So a pretty work.
Yeah, it was just
no picnic.
Because normally I don't do normally Thursdays. So I tried to do a little bit yesterday.
Yeah.
Ned getting ready for Ned because I like to have new stuff. I don't think anybody cares if I have new stuff, but for me, it's like it makes me feel more professional and confident that I'm showing up every week with new things that I've created.
Sure.
So I'm usually busy all day Thursday.
Okay. Huh. Yeah, it is weird.
And now it's like, well, I don't know. Usually I get ready right up until about 10 or 11 o'clock at night, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
I'll get out of your hair early. I mean, look, you're home alone. You got to take advantage of being home alone. Sometimes there's, I don't know what to do but just a feeling of
whatever.
A little. Well, I was going to say some silence, but you can't have silence because you got the animals running around. So it's still something.
I mean, Donna's, she's got her flower shop, so I am home. I am home alone a bit.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But I just after like Fridays, after I do Ned in your head, I take a nap because I've been I can't do it like sober. I just can't. And then when I get up about 1:30 in the afternoon, and it's like I really hope nobody's in the house, and I want to have a cup of coffee. And I want to have a Pepsi and a BC powder, and I want to sit on the couch and watch some MMA that I taped, and I want anybody here.
Yep. Yeah. Wouldn't it be great if you were, I mean, it would be weird if you were a hooker guy, but the second Donna, like you're home alone tonight, right? Like, how weird would it be if you just decided to just go, you know what, I'm going to get a hooker. The awkward... everything would be so awkward about the entire experience and transaction.
I'm way too my quirk is I hate imposing on people. I loathe it. I loathe it. Donna's like, well, ask that. I'm not asking nobody for nothing.
Yep.
So if I was getting a hooker, I'd be like, hi. Hey, I want it to be as enjoyable for you as possible.
A people pleaser. She's the hooker, but you're the people pleaser. Are you enjoying this, ma'am? How is this for you?
If you don't enjoy it, I want it to be as not as unpleasant as it possibly.
You can take your money off the nightstand and leave if you're not enjoying yourself. Or we can sit out here and just maybe watch some football. Maybe we just hang out. Maybe we just chill.
If you could put this blindfold on your head so I don't have to look at you.
How much is a hooker? How much do you think a hooker is?
Inflation. How much is a hooker now?
I don't know how much a hooker was then.
That's a good question.
Sometimes
it's a crack rock. That's all you need. But that's you're not getting a quality hooker there.
Yeah, how can you find a quality? I mean, that's another question. How do you find a quality? I don't know anything about the rules of hookerdom.
I mean, I don't know where they do it now. It used to be on Craigslist. You get this,
I forgot about
Craigslist is where you got the hookers back in the day. I don't know where you get them now. Where did they move to?
Well, can you...
Facebook Marketplace? Is there hookers on Facebook Marketplace?
I would imagine there's got to be something, maybe, on the apps like the Tinders and stuff like that, right? Like, that's probably...
Infiltrated with hookers immediately?
Maybe.
Probably.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Jamie the Plumber, 1,000 bits. Thank you to Jamie the Plumber. Appreciate it. Jamie the Plumber, 1,000 bits. Let's see who. I don't know who. AJ the Linger's in the lead. I can't show this. I can't show this on the stream. But if You know, Ned Awards every week. The one who cheers the most bits, the biggest dick licker award. It's very prestigious.
Is that here? Is it just virtual?
I think
or
Donna immediately dismantled it.
Oh no!
She didn't want the dick licker trophy lying around. It's pretty easy to reassemble, though.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Not a lot of nuts and bolts on it. Well, a couple nuts.
More than a couple nuts.
Yeah.
Dick licker of the week.
That's
You
hilarious.
too could be the dick licker of the week. You know, I really know how to market. I know how to, it's my specialty.
So
they clamor to be the dick licker. So maybe they don't. Bits are way down since I instituted the trophy. Like nobody's cheering nothing anymore. I can't put 2 and 2 together.
Well, you don't appreciate their chat. You're calling them D lickers.
I saw. Yeah, packing it in. I'm competent. Yeah. I'm just hanging. I'm just hanging out, man. We're hanging out.
Just hanging. That's all. Oh, we were talking about what were we talking about earlier?
Couldn't tell you.
We were talking about the mayor of Naples.
Oh yeah,
the DUI thing. We were just talking before the program a little bit, but you didn't see the thing. And your point was your contention is like in a position of power, you would absolutely flex your muscle and be like, hey. Don't you know who I am? You know, you would pull that move?
Yeah.
I don't think I would.
No, you're full of shit. Johnny by the book over here.
No, more out of embarrassment of going, oh man, I got pulled over and I'm the mayor. Like, dude. Like I would think I wouldn't have to
But it could be your job. And it was her job.
Yeah.
She lost her job.
Did she?
Well, she lost her job because she pulled the card, actually.
Oh, you're not talking about the mayor of Naples.
No, I'm talking about the police. We're talking about two different things.
Yeah,
The police chief of Tampa, she was on the job about 6 months, and then, I mean, it was a golf cart deal. Come on.
All right, so they get pulled over in the golf cart. She's like, hey, here's my card, just so you know who I am. And the cop is like, I don't really care who you are.
I think it was just a warning. I don't think they did anything to her.
Okay.
And I think the Pinellas sheriff narked her out to the Tampa police and went, she's dropping her name over here trying to get out of a DUI.
Oh,
and then she got fired. It's like, wow, I thought that was professional courtesy. I mean, it sucks.
But wait, when does professional courtesy start and stop? Because that would be
golf cart deal.
No,
man.
but hold on. you can. Everybody uses that term of professional courtesy in this, and I do understand it, right? But it almost it almost goes in line with the Hunter Biden thing today, where he's pleading guilty, and it's what I was saying a few weeks back. Like, so where does this leave the pardon? Right? Like, where does this... Now Biden's not running again.
Yeah.
He could very well pardon his kid with no repercussions, and it would just drop from the news cycle quickly. But is that professional... Like, at what point... Like, or if Kamala...
go ahead.
Like, where does professional courtesy extend to, and how deep does it run? Because eventually professional courtesy becomes corruption. And that's where I think I have the issue with. Like, some would call it professional courtesy, but in fact, it's actually kind of corrupt.
It is kind of corrupt. But to an extent, like, if you're the president and you are actually a good president,
right.
And you really did some good things for the people. I mean, for 8 years, the country's kind of kicked ass. And you want to pardon your son for something? I'm like, well, good. Thanks for being a good president, and that's one of the perks. Cause that's one of the perks. If he's a typical piece of shit like they all are, no, I don't agree with it. But like in a perfect world, I might pardon my son.
I don't think I would.
You're a piece of shit. Such your flesh and blood.
I know, but it's a weird thing. But like, Hunter Biden did some pretty messed up shit.
crack, hookers, porn, hair pulling. What's the underwear? What's the big deal?
That's the big deal, right? So, I mean, he's not going to get 17 years. He's facing 17 years, but he's not going to get 17.
No,
by any stretch. But I don't know.
Maybe that's what it takes to straighten Hunter out.
Maybe, but I don't think if that was my kid who was getting hit with that, I don't think I would. Does that make me a bad dad?
Okay, so you're president.
Yeah, and
you're leaving. You're a lame duck. Nobody gives a shit. You can pardon whoever you want. Your son's facing this deal. He's probably going to go. He's up the river for 10 years, and Tasha's like, "Are you seriously not going to pardon our son?"
That would be some heat at the house. But you're saying he's not an 18-year-old kid. Hunter's a grown ass man. He's almost a senior citizen. Okay,
yeah, he is almost a senior citizen.
So you can't put the thing. Oh, he's a grown ass. He's more than an adult. Okay.
Well, I'm not saying that I'm pardoning my son if he's Hunter Biden.
I'm saying if my kid was Hunter, if I was in the same circumstance, all things being equal, if I'm president and my son did all the stuff that Hunter Biden did, and he's the same age, everything's equal, would I pardon my son? The answer would be no. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Even if I was lame duck president, whatever. I just, for some reason, I think that tips the scales of justice in a very fucked up way.
Well, if Hunter Biden was if he was my son, I would probably be fed up with him too. See, I don't think Joe Biden's fed up. He's still like, he's the best. He's the best. See, I'd be like, I've been trying to quit crack for 10 years, Trace.
Kid's 57 already. Like, what are we doing?
Tired of dealing with this. You're fucking up my presidency.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's just a lot of different factors, and the fact that if you're going to pardon him, but yet the likes of a Julian Assange or somebody like that is still, oh gosh, I can't remember the other kid's name, but there's multiple people that should probably be pardoned much before the likes of a Hunter Biden. So if I was a president and I'm really being presidential about it, am I going to use those pardon powers for getting people that really, come on? Or do you go, the kid, he's a piece of shit. Let him rot in there for a little bit. He needs to do a little time.
You're pardoning your son?
I don't think so. You would?
It depends. I mean, it depends. Depends on how big a piece of shit my son was.
If your kid's Hunter Biden, Hunter kind of seems like a pretty big piece of shit.
But Hunter, I mean, if you believe some of the stuff, he was wheeling and dealing for the Biden family.
That's what's even. I know. That's
so you got to pardon him.
There's where the corruption lies, right? So that's the catch-22.
Well, that's as I said before. If a president was actually not a big fucking shyster,
yes,
but there's I believe that, like, if I'm president of Brazil and I'm doing a great job, I expect to be helicoptered into the Taylor Swift concert, and I don't think people should be bitching about it. Because I'm the fucking president and I'm kicking ass. I think.
Well, maybe some of the people think you're kicking ass, but then there's another section of the people that are struggling and they're going, he's not kicking ass at all. We're
they can't get into the concert. They could fuck this.
It's like, I remember was it Chris Christie when he was helicoptered across to chilling on a closed beach, like a beached whale or whatever, and it was. And I'm looking at Chris Christie going, that is such a bad look. Like, that's the epitome of why people hate politicians. Like, I looked at that and I'm going, can't like that guy ever again. Just because of that. It doesn't matter all the good shit that he does at the heart, at the core.
It's too much of a douche move.
Yeah, it was pretty dubious. To where I was like, it's too messed up for me.
You're fat phobic. If it had been if it had been RFK and a Speedo on the beach, you'd been going, man, private beach. He is a pimp. He's a pimp.
RFK, I was listening.
He's on the growth, big time. He's so on the growth.
I was listening to an interview with him, and they were saying, would you have taken the role of vice president if you were offered it, and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, I never really got it. No, I'll spare the impression, but he's basically saying like, no, but the reason is because he has very differing views on a lot of things, right? Than a Trump. So the problem is he goes, a vice president can really get stripped of everything. If you really piss off the president.
Yeah, most of them are stripped.
Yeah, they don't
do nothing.
They can neuter the shit out of you down to the point where you can basically be on house arrest. And he goes, I would have been on house arrest probably within 3 days based off of my thoughts and feelings and things that I would have wanted to do. The president would have probably neutered me and I would have been. And I'm going, at least that's an honest answer. I mean, it's seemingly honest answer as far as.
I'm all for RFK being head of the CIA.
Oh, totally. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
I think I saw on
Why not?
I think I saw on Twitter Trump said that if he wins, he's going to form a commission to completely overhaul the government and go through the government waste with a fine-tooth comb, and he's going to put Elon Musk in charge.
And Elon has accepted.
Yeah.
And I think it's great.
It's like that's what this country needs, a drastic change. The federal government, it's just the nature of the beast. It's so bloated. It's bloated by 1,000 because that's what government does. Everybody got to spend their budget. You got to increase your budget, so next year you get more budget, and blah, 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 blah. So that's it. And then it's a tumor. The government is a tumor, and it's time to lop off a lot of the tumor.
I agree, and it's.
I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if any like the people in charge, in Congress are not looking to lop anything. They're looking to grow it some more.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting.
But it would be, it's going to be interesting. I would love to see a task force, and I would love to see somebody ask an actual question and go, hey, see this line item right here where it's got $2 billion? Where'd that go? What is that? Can you tell me what it's for? And if the person goes, I'm not real sure, I'd be like, okay, so you don't have a job anymore because you don't know where the $2 billion went. See ya. And you're not getting that at $2 billion ever again. It's cut. Sorry.
And that's how it should be.
It would hopefully eventually adjust down and adjust accordingly.
Town and Country says you can't fire elected officials. I'm not talking about the elected officials. I'm talking about the people that work for the government. I can't even imagine how many thousands, if it's not millions of people work for the government.
It's a very big employer.
It's a big bloated bunch of bunch of incompetence, and the fat needs to be trimmed if we're going to start becoming a real country.
Again. This is the MAGA hat. Where did the MAGA hat come from?
Oh, probably a Halloween costume for sure.
Like, where do they actually sell these? Are these just in gas stations everywhere now, or like?
I don't know where we got that. It might have been. We probably got it on Amazon.
Because I saw there's like Trump pop-up stores showing up, and
there were a few years ago too.
Who's running those? Like, who's just like who? Like, I legit
are these illegal pop-up stores? Cause, I'm sure Trump would shut you down if you're trying to sell Trump merch without his, license or whatever.
His whole thing is his trademark with his name.
But you can't track all these people on the side of the road down.
No, you can't.
So they're probably just.
But there's plazas. I saw an article today, and they're like pop-up stores are opening all over the place. But it's like a plaza. It's like looked like a convenience store that was shut down.
Yeah,
and somebody was like,
moved in with a Trump store.
I'll sign a lease, and I'm gonna sell all kinds of Trump merch. But it's like, where's that even coming from?
Somebody who wants to make money.
But who's the person? Like, who? Like, is it going back to the campaign? Is this all, when you buy Trump merchandise that's, a big Trump American flag or whatever, is that sort of, is that going back on any level to his election kitty? Or is it just a store being a store?
I think it's a store being a store.
Oh.
I couldn't tell you if you have to pay, the Trump licensing fees or what. I couldn't tell you. So allegedly, this is the crowd for Tucker Carlson and Russell Brand in Arizona.
Involved with Bear Grylls. Bear Grylls sort of like appeared in my existence.
Okay, that's definitely Russell Brand.
Yep,
Sounds
yep.
like he's there.
Coming out of the shadow.
This shows people who want to come and hear two guys talk about what's going on in the country.
Yeah, I mean, who would want to see a couple of guys talk and about things that are going on?
That means that it's pretty important.
Yeah,
I mean that's impressive. That's a sold out crowd in a fucking 20-something thousand seat arena.
Would you like me to come and baptize you on the 28th of April? And I sort of went, yeah, but I meant no. I would not like you to come.
See, now Russell Brand's he's all Jesus out now, and it's like, I'm not really a fan of that, and that's what I fear with the right is they're going to bring in this religious bullshit and try to start shoving this religious shit down my throat, and it's like I ain't into that at all.
Pendulum swinging. It's fun. It's fun to watch. It's fun to go from like the one end of a couple of years ago where it was everything's woke to now it's like, all right, we're going to reject the wokeness. And then that'll swing back. And then, a decade from now, we'll be back into the woke thing again on a different level. And then it'll swing back. I would imagine there'll be some balance.
The swinging gets worse, though.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be more volatile.
See, okay, like the swing to the left this time, I haven't enjoyed this at all.
No, it's been a wild ride.
So the swing to the right,
equally wild ride.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Can't we just go back to being a normal fucking country?
Well, even the election, everybody's going, well, I don't know what's going to happen. What about the violence that's going to erupt and who's going to do what? And I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm not doing anything like at all. I'm not even saying anything to anybody about nothing. I'm just going to continue on. I'm going to sit at home and not do anything about it. Despite the results of an election, no matter what, I, for one, am not going to do a goddamn thing about it.
And I would imagine that's most Americans, right? So,
but I don't know anybody I don't personally know anybody who's going to be like, well, if the results are not the way I like, I'm getting out there. I'm going to make my voice heard. I just don't know anybody that is that passionate about it to be willing to get themselves into trouble or hemmed up over it. Do you?
I don't know if
who's the most right person that you know?
Jerry from the Mike and Jerry show said he was ready to go protest.
So he will?
He said, yes. If they try to steal it again, he's going to go protest. And I don't know.
Were you like, Jerry, why?
No, I mean, I get it. If I never believed that all these people voted for Joe Biden. He was a horrible candidate. So obviously they stole it. It wasn't enough for me to go protest. But I think if you feel the next election is stolen, well, then you realize as a country, we're over.
Do you feel like there's going to be more violence?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you whether people are going to have the reaction of, well, I think it was stolen, but then not. What are you going to do about it? Or there would be January 6th multiplied
on steroids. I
don't know.
It's going to be. I'm interested to see. I don't know.
But to me, I try not. I've always been this middle of the road guy, but who was voting for Kamala Harris? What are we talking about?
No.
What are we talking about?
Even the protests on the left, like the folks that are all masked up, where they got like the bandanas over their face, or they're literally wearing masks or whatever.
Yeah,
I love the videos where somebody comes up and unmasks them.
Hell yeah,
like a Scooby-Doo episode, and the person just rips them off. Yeah, they go, oh, and they run away. They're like, oh, they don't want to be unmasked. Like they don't want anybody to know their identity. It's pretty good. So it cracked me up.
Triple-Edged Sword says, what good has ever come from protests? Nothing. Except, I can't remember the country's like Sri Lanka or something a year or so ago where they actually went to the presidential palace and they chased him out of the country. It's like, oh, they actually overthrew the country.
I think when protests mean a lot when they, how do I say it? When they meant something. Like when it, but
Yeah.
But now you get steamrolled by whoever's in charge no matter what. So therefore, your protests, it's like, all right, let them do their thing. Don't just they'll get over it. Let them do their thing. But you're going to get steamrolled no matter like
what.
the decision's already been made. The protest, yeah, great. You can, raise your fist in the air and maybe burn a bit, whatever you want to do, right? But it's not going to reverse
anything.
Yeah, they've already the steamroller's already on. I don't know. That's just my initial take on it, I suppose.
Are we glitching? I don't know. Says we're still on.
No idea.
Says a town in the country says with pitchforks and torches. I think you got to update that a little.
Now they use cell phones and
I think the only way this country is ever going to seismically change for the better and get rid of the completely corrupt system that is destroying our way of life is not through standard political means, and that's all I'm going to say. Because you can't say anything else. Because First Amendment don't really matter like it used to. So I don't. So I can't express my. You have to be somewhat clever and vague to get your point across.
So going back to the pardon thing real quick, and I don't. Again, the name of the gentleman escapes me, so I apologize. But it's he was the one who started Silk Road. This guy, and he went by his screen name was Dread Pirate Roberts. Okay, now. He started the Silk Road, which I don't know how familiar you are with that. It was basically underground marketplace for anything you wanted, drugs and all this stuff. And a lot of it at the time operated, using cryptocurrency when it first started out, right? Like that's how, likes of a Bitcoin got a very bad rap initially. It was like, oh, you can't trace this and all this stuff. Anyway, so Dread Pirate Roberts from Silk Road gets busted. He's in prison for life. He's never killed anybody per se. He facilitated a website that allowed some very bad people with some very nefarious things going on to enter into commerce with one another. Not saying it's right, because it's not, right? But does that man deserve to be in prison for the rest of his life? I think he was maybe like early 20s or something like that when he started the Silk Road. Is that somebody that you go, no, he's not, he should never be out? Or do you go, I mean, yeah, he messed up, but
so I mean, by very nature of what the Silk Road was, it enabled a lot of bad shit to happen and people to be victimized.
That's a fair assessment.
So, I mean,
but you also could make that assessment about anybody who's on the internet or utilizing the dark webs or anything for that matter. I mean, there's a lot of if he was like the underground eBay, right?
Yeah.
Like, I want 100 ecstasy pills. Okay. Here, like you're utilizing the Silk Road. But I don't know. I'm sort of torn on it. I'm hard pressed to think that man, I don't know, deserves to die in prison for that. He knows what he did wasn't good, but it's not like he wasn't out there slicing throats.
That's the typical white collar crime, though. It's like,
and it was more than white collar.
You can murder hundreds of thousands of people, and you'll do a few years because you did it as a big business, as a big farm, or as a big oil, or big,
Yeah.
It's just the way. So that's kind of the same thing. That's what people have a hard time connecting the dots. It's like, well, he didn't actually kill anybody. Yeah, but what he did caused a lot of people a lot of misery.
But you could make the same argument about the heads of the pharmaceutical companies.
Well, maybe they should. I think they should be in jail for life as well. See, so I'm
So everybody's in jail for life. That's
anybody who's doing this kind of bullshit and killing people. Big Farm kills people. I mean, they've killed a lot of people. and they've lied a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to...
they should be in jail for life.
I mean, God, when we first started
That's
doing...
why the show's glitching. With all this anti-farm, big farm town.
When we first started doing The Hang, I think we had discussed a Netflix show. It was with Matthew Broderick, and it was based on the family that started the Oxycontin craze or whatever. And I'm just thinking back to that character and that real-life guy, and I'm going, well, that guy, yeah, he had to pay a little fine.
And
I mean, little in his world.
They like closed their business and paid the fine, but they made billions.
And he's walking free, and oxys are responsible for, I mean, horrendous things on families and lives, right? So what's the lesser of two evils, or is there not one of Dread Pirate Roberts or the guy that, did it through the means of Oxycontin?
So I think they should both be in prison, rotten for life.
So just a prison full
of white collar scumbags, murderers. They're murderers. Murder's murder, whether you do it indirectly or directly. If you're knowingly doing it.
So a pharmaceutical rep that goes on the street and sells oxys to the doctors and blah blah blah. Where, I guess my question is, where do you draw the line? Like, you're saying they're all equally, they should all be locked up forever because they're all sort of equally responsible for murders and things.
Well, in the case of the oxys, it's a little different because they knew that OxyContin was extremely addicted, and they had everybody lie and say it wasn't addictive.
But doesn't every cocaine dealer know that cocaine's pretty addictive? Like that, and that's why people keep coming back to it for more.
Yeah, but if you're buying cocaine, it's addictive.
Yes, but if you're taking an oxy and you want another one and another one and another one, eventually, wouldn't you go, "Hey, man, this stuff seems pretty addictive"? Like I keep taking them.
I don't know. See, I don't know. I've just heard so many of the stories where it's like straight edge people. This guy was the captain of the football team. And he blew out his knee.
Sure.
He was 17. He never even took drugs, and then a year and a half later, he died under a bridge taking heroin. It's like
right. Well, that's the thing. Heroin, okay, same thing.
But he got there because he became addicted to oxys, and then you can't afford the oxys, and you got to buy the heroin. that happened a lot.
I don't know. I'm torn on some of these things. I just figure if Dread Pirate Roberts is got to spend his life in prison, Hunter Biden should at least do a little time. Do a little time.
It's a little crack.
He should
crack. Little international.
Oh, come on!
Influence peddling.
His tax evasion is almost at this point legendary.
Having a gun. He doesn't file his taxes. He doesn't evade them. He doesn't file them.
Bro,
he doesn't even worry about it.
His business. He was like writing off hookers and strip clubs and it's a business expense. They're going, Hunter, this is not a business expense. This is a hooker. He's like, it's a business expense.
Hunter Biden. Hunter's the president's son. Let it slide. Let it slide.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If it was look, whether you're right or left, just if you're going to be honest, just be straight up honest with yourself about it. If it was Trump's kid who was in the same, if Trump's kid did anything wrong,
my God,
anything wrong, they would get raked over the coals.
Yep.
That's just the facts. They would not let that go. This Hunter thing, this is going to be a brief blip, a moment in time, and everybody's going to move on from it. But if it was Trump's kid, they would hammer that home.
Oh, hell. Oh,
it would be brutal.
It'd be the end. Fucking Barron just dragging Trump down. Fucking scumbag Barron Trump. What a Nazi piece of shit. See, to me, the most there's a few egregious things that have happened, but I think before the 2020 election, they had 50 former high-ranking intelligence agents sign a thing that said the Hunter Biden laptop was disinformation. And then it came out to be completely not disinformation. It was not Russian disinformation. It was completely true. And So that's 100%. I mean, that's just a patent lie. That's 100% election interference. So if you're a Democrat, you're voting for a party that's already done provable election interference. That's about as bad. It's as bad. There's never been provable. I'm sure there's been election interference in the past, but nobody's ever been able to prove. It's right there.
Yeah,
it's right fucking there. And we live in a world where it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, and I can't for the life of me to see people stick up for so easily. Like they stick up for these things. Like, well, that's not true. Like, God damn it. Yeah, it is. No, it's not. All right. Well, clearly you're dug in, so we're
dug
done
in.
here.
Everybody's dug in. We're over.
Done here.
We're dug in. The media's bought and paid for, or it's all over. I'll be very good. I'm going to be. I couldn't tell you in a million years what's going to happen after the election and who's going to win and what's going to. Couldn't tell you. Look at all those people to see fucking Tucker Carlson and Russell Brand to have a conversation.
Hey, babe, date night. You want to go see this?
They're both sitting in a couple of easy chairs with microphones. There's like 30,000 people there to see them because they're finally waking up to the fact that everything's bullshit and their lives are being affected negatively because of the economy and the inflation and the gas prices. So people are kind of like, hey, there's a lot of bullshit going on.
It's pretty funny to think that Tucker, when we used to have him on incessantly weekly. I mean, for an hour and a half at a clip sometimes. And it's like, I call him like, hey, Tuck, you come on? Yeah. All right, hold on. Yeah. And it's, now to hear him speak for 90 minutes, you got to buy a ticket.
Yep.
And you got to travel. And you got to sit there and go, I hope this 90 minutes is good. Meanwhile, before, I'm just going, hey, Tuck. Hey, man, you got a minute? Yeah, I'm not doing anything. All right, hold on. Yeah. And then we'd have a 90-minute show with him. Now he's having a 90-minute show. He's selling out arenas, and people are paying. It's a weird, mind-boggling.
Kind of a mind fuck.
Yeah.
We used to know this guy. We used to be tight with this guy. And now you wouldn't give us the time of day.
I don't want anybody's time of day. That's the thing. Like, I don't even talk to people because I don't.
But he would give you the time of day because, it's easy. Everybody's fake in this world. Everybody's a fraud. He seems like more of a genuine person than most of the celebrities that I met.
He was always, yeah.
I mean, he came. Were you there when he came to the studio?
No.
So he came to the studio. I mean, he seems like a regular guy, but then again, there's plenty of people who can pass that off and be total fucking scumbags.
Yeah, because in order to be a regular guy, what do you have to be? You have to be normal for 30 minutes at a time, and then the rest of the day you can just go, oh, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen people that
can do it.
Can do that.
There's a lot of people who can do it, and they're very good at it.
Very good at it.
That's why people, it's like, Trump's an outsider, Trump loves America. And I said, maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's could end up being the biggest cocksucker ever. And if you can't at least keep that little window cracked, you're falling for it. You're falling for it, man.
I get this all. People will do this all the time, and they'll be like, okay, good example of it. Kind of what you're talking about. It's a guy from Pawn Stars or something. I remember seeing an article about the guy who was eating at a restaurant or something like that, and somebody had typed a comment in underneath it like, oh, I met him. He's actually a really great guy, or actually very normal. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why wouldn't he be normal? He's a guy that works at a fucking pawn shop. Like, why wouldn't he be normal? Like, they do that with a lot of people. Well, actually, believe it or not, this person's very, like, man, believe it or not, they're really cool when I met them. Okay, why wouldn't they be, like, they do it a lot with these reality stars, I've noticed. They always be like, oh, well, man, I thought he was going to be a dick, but he was actually really, what did you expect? One, he should be a decent person. That's just the way it should go. And two, like, maybe he is an asshole. He was just nice to you at that moment in time.
Putting on the fucking... Turning on the charm.
Yeah.
I've seen it done for years.
Right? But yeah, this whole thing of like, oh, they're actually really normal. Like, fucking, yeah, works at a pawn shop. Why wouldn't he be normal?
I never met anybody that I wasn't like totally, courteous to. I can't even imagine why you wouldn't be. It's like, it's not hard at all.
It's way easier to be courteous.
So, during the Bubba Paloozas and the meet and greets, you're getting pretty much Gary Cox, big time. Everybody, pulling this way and that way. No big fucking deal. I can't do that for a couple hours and be pleasant. Fuck, I don't give a fuck. Jamie the plumber, 1,000 bit. Thank you, Jamie the plumber.
Yeah,
it's easier to be nice.
Well, and that's the thing too. Is it's very easy for people to wear those masks in life, and then the second,
so many people do it.
Yeah, and then they can just go, God, thank God that's over with.
It's like you really, I don't even know, unless you know someone intimately for decades, they could be a complete piece of shit and putting on it's an act. There's some people who can pull it off, and there's some people who can't. It's like a pedophile. There's pedophiles who can worm their way in and do their pedophile stuff, and then there's some, I just gotta steal a kid because I can't worm myself in nowhere.
Well, yeah, and you're right. It always goes back to those news interviews where the neighbor goes, I never saw it coming. But meanwhile, like, if you did see it coming, would you go on the interview and go, yep, totally saw that one. Yep. Yeah, he should have been locked up a long time ago. I really should have called the cops on that guy.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad now.
My bad.
My bad.
To all the victims, that's, everybody's wearing a mask, for the most part.
Not me.
No, not.
I mean, mostly. I mean, like,
you know what I'm saying. The spirit.
No, it's like, that's why I don't like to be not nice. I can't grasp. There's a certain percentage of society that's sociopaths, and that's just the way it is. And there's nothing you can do about it. They're born that way. They don't have the capability to give a fuck about anybody but themselves. And depending on how charming you are as a sociopath, you can make it. They usually make it to the top. The Hitlers, the Z's, the Bidens, the Trumps, they all make it to the top because they're the charming sociopaths.
All right, question. Where would I? Because I don't care to be overly nice to people. I want to be pleasant. I want to be nice. I want to be courteous.
Yeah, pleasant,
right?
courteous.
But I don't want to be overly nice. But I also don't want to be rude. I just want to be like for instance, when I went and got my slice of pizza today, right? Yeah. I'm just in there, and the guy's really nice, and he's like, "Hey, so how you doing?" And I'm going, good." I'm not. I don't want to be mean, but I'm also not in the mood for a full blown conversation. I just kind of want to just get
your pizza and go.
Yeah, like, but that can oftentimes maybe fall under the rude category, but it's not me trying. It's not a purposeful.
It's kind of it's a Larry David thing. You don't want to do a stop and chat.
There it is. Yeah,
I don't want to do the stop.
Hey, good seeing you. I see you later.
It's a customer transaction. I just want to transact and go.
It's like, I like my neighbor. He's a nice guy.
Yep. Occasionally
I talk to him. But a lot of times I'm like, gotta get the garbage can. Hope the neighbor's not
Yes,
not
make
really
sure they're not around.
I got things to do, and I'm not looking for a stop and chat. It's hard to get out of the stop and chat sometimes. It's like, then you feel like you're rude.
You gotta pretend to be on the phone. No, with the earbuds. I just keep the earbuds in most of the time, and then people don't really know what's happening.
All right, we're done. We're done. Don't forget Ned in your head tomorrow morning, 7:45. 7:45. I hope we're not glitching.
Donna texted and she said still on.
Yeah, I
don't know.
Once we're done, I can go to and it'll show me how times we cut out. Hopefully not, because then that means Ned's going to be cutting out, and that's going to really fucking bum me out.
Bum.
Fucking bum me out. God damn.
Hey, make sure to download us on Spotify. Like and subscribe to Cluster F Show.
Yeah, clusterfshow.com. You get the VIP OT that we're getting ready to fix and to do. Also, this week, 1000% Lies. I did a new episode of that. And I'm Right Your Wrongs up there as well. All right. We're done for the evening. We'll be coming back with the OT. And don't forget, and then you head tomorrow, 7:45, bar show tomorrow night, 8 o'clock.
See ya.
See ya.